Hello everyone, my name is Sebastian Diaz. This is an assignment for the class of Art and Design Fundamentals about the aesthetic metamorphosis from the National University at distance. So today I want to talk about Persona 5 Royal not only as a video game but as a complete artistic experience in a multimedia product. Because honestly, there are many RPGs with good histories or fun combat systems, but Persona 5 feels different almost immediately. From the menus, the music, the colors, even the way characters move on screen. Everything feels intentional and full of personality, and I think that's what makes the game so memorable. Persona 5 doesn't just tell a story about rebellion, it makes rebellion part of the entire visual experience, and once you start noticing that, you realize how much thought was put into every artistic decision in the game. At its core, Persona 5 Royal is about freedom, identity, and resistance against oppression. The story follows a group of teenagers called the Phantom Thieves who rebel against corrupt adults and a society that constantly pressures people to stay silent. What makes this concept really interesting is the idea of the persona. In the game, a persona represents the hidden self, the emotions, frustrations, and desire people normally suppress. And when characters finally decide to stop accepting injustice, they awaken their personas in a very symbolic way, by tearing a mask off their own face. It's painful, violent, and dramatic, but that's exactly the point. The mask represents the fake identity society forces onto them, and removing it becomes an act of rebellion and self-acceptance. And honestly, that theme of rebellion influences almost every visual aspect of the game. One of the reasons Persona 5 became so recognizable is its visual style. The game mixes modern anime aesthetics with punk culture, pop art, street graffiti, and extreme graphic design. And instead of trying to look realistic, the game fully embraces style and exaggeration. The color palette is probably the best example of this. Persona 5 mainly uses red, black, and white. Red dominates almost every important scene, and it constantly creates feelings of danger, energy, passion, and rebellion. Meanwhile, the heavy contrast between black and white makes everything feel aggressive and visually loud. Even simple moments like opening a menu or ending a battle feels dramatic because the game treats every screen like a graphic design poster instead of a normal interface. And honestly, this is probably my favorite part of Persona 5 design. Most video games interfaces are designed to disappear into the background, but Persona 5 does the complete opposite. The UI becomes part of the personality of the game itself. Menus explode onto the screen with sharp angles, asymmetrical compositions, broken glass effects, and chaotic transition inspired by punk magazines and college art. Even the typography feels rebellious. The text looks almost like ransom notes made from newspaper cutouts, mixing uppercase and lowercase letters in messy and unpredictable ways. It feels unintentional, chaotic, but still carefully controlled, and because of that, the game constantly feels alive and energetic even when you are just navigating menus. Character design also reinforces this identity. The Phantom Thieves wear black outfits, masks, gloves, and leather details that makes them look stylish but also rebellious. Artist Shigenori Suejima combines anime proportions with strong comic-like shadows and dramatic poses, giving every character a very iconic silhouette. What makes Persona 5 even more interesting is the amount of artistic influences behind it. One of the strongest inspirations is punk culture. especially underground facades and rebellious graphic design from the 80s. You can clearly see the influence in the typography, the rough collage aesthetic, and the aggressive visual composition. The game is also heavily inspired by heist movies and fictional gentleman thieves like Arsène Lupin. That's why the Phantom Thieves feel stylish, theatrical, and mysterious. Even the music supports this atmosphere. Instead of orchestral fantasy music, Persona uses jazz and funk, which gives the game a cool and stealthy feeling, almost like a cinematic robbery film. Another major influence comes from Carl Jung's psychology. The entire concept of Persona is based on Jung's theories about the subconscious mind and hidden archetypes within a human's identity. So beneath all the stylish visuals and action scenes, the game is also exploring deeper psychological themes about individuality and self-expression. In the end, I think what makes Persona 5 Royal so memorable is how perfectly everything works together. The history, the music, the interface, the colors, and the artistic influences all support the same central idea: rebellion and self-expression. The game never separates style from meaning. Every visual decision reinforces the emotions and themes the story is trying to communicate, and because of that, Persona 5 Royal feels less like a traditional video game and more like an interactive piece of graphic design and artistic identity. So that's it for my part. Thank you for watching.